Hi, my name is Alan Singer. I'm a professor of education and of history at Hofstra University, and I'm the author of the book Teaching Global History. And the series of lectures is aligned with chapters in that book. I think it's useful for teachers, for pre-service teachers, and even for students in advanced placement government classes, or in placement global history classes. And I hope you find it interesting. This is lecture number 4 and focuses on organizing a global history curriculum. There's much to know about history, and there's really too much to include everything in a year-long curriculum. One of the problems I had as a teacher was that the more I learned, the more I couldn't fit into the curriculum, especially because a priority was making possibilities for students to make their own discoveries about history. Because of this, I argue for a thematic and case study global history curriculum. The focus should be on themes and questions, the enduring issues across time, and allocating time for in-depth examination of selected periods and societies, as well as illustrative case studies. I like to explore what I call packages, the multiple factors that make a historical development possible, and takeoffs, events that have long-term impact on world events. Major packages in a global history curriculum worth extensive attention are what I call the civilization package, the global aid package, the empire package, and the industrialization package. For the civilization package, I focus on 1 or 2 of the great River Valley civilizations in depth to explore the factors that make them possible, and then introduce other ancient civilizations much more briefly to see how they are similar and different. I also like to look at the Mayan civilization on the Yucatan Peninsula as part of the River Valley civilization unit, because the Mayans developed a river valley civilization with government and religion and writing and agriculture without a river valley. So it becomes a very interesting similarity and different comparison for students. What's also interesting is the Mayan civilization is almost 1,000 years after the other river valley civilizations. And that's because the different civilizations have different time trajectories. And the Mayans start late because they had to walk for 10,000 miles across the Bering and eventually end up in the Yucatan. Possible takeoff with the greatest impact on world history was the European voyages of discovery. Before 1500, humanity lived in a regional world. History was regional with different rates of development. Over the next 250 years, roughly between 1500 and 1750, trade networks and human migration, some voluntary and some forced, create a much more integrated world in history. The Columbia Exchange led to the decimation of native populations in the Americas, vast migration, the enslavement of millions of Africans, the development of capitalism and the Industrial Revolution, the emergence of modern nation states, the emergence of Western Europe as the economic and militarily dominant region of the world, and after 2 world wars, a shift in global leadership across the Atlantic Ocean to North America. So again, in-depth look at packages and takeoffs really helps to bring the study of global history alive. Thank you. I hope this was useful.